Well, we're back. It's night 15. I thought about taking a night off, and then I thought, no, because I've read your comments on YouTube. And some of you are, really seem to enjoy this. So I thought, it's quarantine. I can't be mean to people just because I'm lazy and I want to watch another season of Jamestown. No. So I'm doing it. And tonight, we're going to have a little Chattanooga whiskey. Chattanooga, Tennessee, which, by the way, many of you probably don't know this, but there's the Chattanooga Choo-Choo. The train is there, and you can now stay in it as a little hotel. There's a little travel tip. Fun, fun, fun city. Probably one of the funnest, I think, that nobody thinks about. Chattanooga. Good times. So there's their little whiskey that they make. We're going back to Tanya. Last I remember, her daddy had busted into Ernest Tubb's tour bus and asked Ernest if she could sing, and he just agreed. I'm not sure that would happen these days, but good for them. So she hasn't gone on stage yet to sing. She's going to sing Sweet Thing, and it is spelled thing. I'm not making that part up. Well, I'm not making any of this up, but I'm not pronouncing it like that on purpose. It is actually spelled Thang. No problem. We went back and sat in the audience with Mother and the Morrises. When Ernest called me up, he leaned over and I gave him a peck on the cheek, and we charged right into Sweet Thing. We visited with Ernest for a while after the show, and Daddy got his picture taken with him, which I'm surprised she said taken, because a lot of Southerners, my friend Scott, always say, and as a Midwestern, I never even heard of this, I'm going to get my picture made. The first time I heard it, I kind of spit out beer, going, do your picture made? But that's what some of the Southerners say. I'm going to get my picture made. So I'm surprised she said taken with. Then his bus pulled out of Wilcox, and I didn't see Ernest Tubbs again until I performed at the Grand Ole Opry in 1972. When he called me on stage that night to sing Delta Dawn, he said, I sang with this little lady a few years back in Wilcox, Arizona, and she blew my hat off. Another artist who was very kind to us was Mel Tillis. First time I sang with Mel was when he was playing his show in Douglas, Arizona. Daddy had to work, so Mother and Don drove me to the fair where Mel was booked. Don had been in school in Douglas and figured he knew the ropes, so he went backstage to negotiate the deal. Could you just do this back then? I'm going to go backstage and ask Aerosmith if I can tell a joke. See if Steven Tyler will let me. Let me just get on their tour bus for a second. I'm sure I could charm my way into something. Yes, Mel would be happy to meet with us, and sure, I could sing. Mel Tillis talked a long time to us about the music business. He warned us how hard it would be, and he talked about life on the road, wearing a person out. Well, I agree with that, Mel. I'm tired. But he never discouraged us from trying. Mel was so kind to my mother. Unlike Don or my dad, Mother found it hard to approach entertainers and ask for help or guidance. She's always been a very private person, and forcing herself on anyone or any situation is completely foreign to her. Mel Tillis made her feel as if she had every right in the world to be there talking with him, almost as if she were an old friend. There are fine entertainers, and there are fine people, and Mel Tillis is both. I sang on Mel's first set. During the break, he asked if I'd like to stick around for the second show. Mother said she was afraid to stay too late because we didn't have a spare tire. She stumped me on that one, because you'd have a flat at night and no spare tire, or was the air actually leaving the tire and you had to get home before that tire ran out of air? And we headed on back to Wilcox. Dad about hit the fan. Mel Tillis asked you to do a second show and you left. He couldn't believe she turned down the opportunity for an encore. Mom just shook her head and told him he'd better get a spare tire next time. Sometimes the power of no is fancy. Maybe Mel took that as, I got another gig tonight somewhere else. He didn't need to know about the spare tire, now did he? Hope she didn't tell him that. We heard about a package show in Phoenix one year, and Dad drove all of us over there. It was a star-studded lineup with Mel Tillis, George Morgan, I don't know who that is, Carl Smith, and Melba Montgomery on the bill. I got to see how some entertainers handled pushy promoters up close that afternoon. There were 2 separate shows, and during the first one, Carl Smith stayed on a few minutes over his allotted time. When he walked off, the promoter jumped all over him. You've got to shorten that set, Carl, and I mean shorten it. He practically screamed at Carl Smith. Well, Carl was a huge star, and he obviously didn't appreciate being treated like a dog. The way Carl used to always started his big hit, Hey Joe, was to sing the title and kick his leg up. Every time he did it, the crowd went wild. So on the next set, he walked out, sang 2 words, "Hey Joe," kicked his leg up, and walked off stage. Then he asked the promoter if that was short enough for him. My dad watched it all go down, and he thought it was a very cool move on Carl's part. Maybe it was a result of that experience, but Dad has always taught me it's better to cut a show a little short than stay on too long. I can agree with that, and I can tell you some comedians that are famous for going way too long, and every staff in every comedy club in the world hates them. I am not that lady. I am basically, in my mind, a union comic. You pay me for 45, I do 45. Not 46, not 44, 45. Maybe it's an hour 15. Hour 15. No problem. Once we had got on the lasting repercussions, no, that's right. Well, you know what? Let's just stop there for tonight. I think that was a good lesson to learn. Keep your set short. Don't piss off the staff. Don't piss off other entertainers. Because when you go long, somebody else is going to have to go short. And that's just not fair, especially on a package show, as she called it. You know, you got to be nice. So I think that's a good lesson in quarantine. Just be nice. Think of other people. Other than that, they're going to be showing the Masters all this week on the Golf Channel. I think everybody should know that. Old Masters. And I don't even know who won them, so to me, they're brand new. Who won the Masters in 1975? I have no idea. And don't tell me. I haven't even Googled it. All right, we'll see you again tomorrow night.